Oi, what's up? It's Demented, and today I have what I think is close to my last review of at least a main support that I can think of in Kellex, because this has been someone who I have not even at all thought about reviewing, because I have hated Kellex for a very long time in terms of his gameplay. But I mean, I guess now is the time, because I actually have almost no one to review. I almost ended up reviewing Violet on Lucio before reviewing Kellex. But to get into my normal preface and to start my lo-fi, hello, I am a mostly main support coach, and holy fuck, that's louder than I want it to be. Mostly a main support coach that is wanting to drastically impact the role in terms of, I really want to see the main support role be in a better position than it is right now. I feel like it's been very underdeveloped, and just in general been really lackluster in the performance that I've seen from main support players themselves, and I want to be the change that I want to see. So with that being said, I will be a lot more critical than I would probably or than your typical coach probably would be. Very nice kill on those sentry turrets there, Kellex. That's an okay peel, but it doesn't really even do that much. This full heal amp, that's fine. I like that. But this is a little interesting, because personally, when I see this, I basically I don't think that Kellex necessarily could have saved Hottie, but look at the amount of people in Aura, because overall Kellex just kind of goes on his own, doesn't really stay with the DPS to even try to heal much, and I believe the Diva also gets kind of shit on, and he was there to peel for Hottie at the beginning and then Ripa right after, but wasn't really able to build beat too much that fight. Which is why, even though they lost the fight, FD God has more ult charge. Now, man, I've never wanted to watch a Kellex VOD, actually, and I am surprised that I've made it this far without puking. So that amp did pretty much nothing for us. So we amped, but we didn't go anywhere. Nothing was really happening. Our window came out, sure, but we're oh god, I feel like this is just really out of sync tempo wise, because pay attention to Lucio's arm so you can see when he amps. Amp comes out before our window even, and at that point, you're not really peeling for Hottie, you're not really peeling for Blase. That was, in my opinion, just a rough amp. This is fine though. No, that was heartbreaking, seeing that he got so much ult charge in that little bit of time and then swapped to speed last second just to make sure that he didn't get it and had to work a little bit harder for it when he didn't have to. This is an aggressive amp. I don't think you catch much with it though. That's whatever, I guess. I mean, there's a little bit of scouting going on from Kellex, but not a lot. I would much rather see Kellex be in a position where you can actually. What is this? What was that amp? Because this is just a full speed amp to basically only Molf and Ripa, who have not moved. And Molf has moved, but moved with boosters, so didn't need a speed amp whatsoever. Shoot the fucking TP. It's good that you didn't get hit by it, but bad because you didn't fucking block or break the TP. This peel is fine. Alright, amp is fine. Wait, hold on. Why does he not peel off super? It's also very late when I'm recording this, so... Or I feel very tired. Like, he wastes boop on Nero, which makes it to where him and Hottie have to take an extra swing from super. And then that boop on FD I don't think really matters. I mean, it was like an okay displacement, but like it didn't do too much. Stop constantly crossfading. He was doing actually like kind of not horrible. And with this being like a 5-map series, I don't even know what maps I'm gonna look at, to be completely honest, but that's a fine speed amp because he's speeding the high noon. I don't feel like we're doing anything. Like, it feels like we're constantly like disjointed from the team. Cause like right here, like sure we broke the TP pad, waited a bit, and then it just feels like this is like separation pretty much the whole time, and this is complete separation. Like, I don't know what you were thinking over here. Overall though, that wasn't the worst round in main support history. So this is immediately more progress than I would have expected to see. Alright, so we get here first. This is kind of weird. I don't know what Shock are doing actually. Because either way we're just staying on heals because they have to come to us. Wait, are we not gonna amp heals? Why? Okay, here comes the overhead. Like the biggest chunk of this amp is done on speed, which I don't know why. Like amp comes out here, but it's like you only go to hookah because fucking FD boops you. And that, like, there being that kind of miss in amp fucked over his how fast he was getting ult compared to FD God, but he's finally starting to catch back up. This is so like unimportant to you. Like, yes, Choi is like scary, remake is scary, but like you do not need to be leaving your team when you could be building beat. And you do not need to be making it harder for you to get beat as well. I mean, this is fine. That move on Choi is fine. Please just heal. Holy shit. Why? Fucking stay on heals. You can just build beat again. Like, there was a prime example how Kellex could have been a lot more ahead than he is now. Because right now he's a little bit ahead, but he could be like 10% ahead of FD God if he was in, if he went to like Reddit but wasn't on speed. That's a good boop actually. So this is a lot more surprising than I thought it would be. Are we not gonna, why? I don't understand. We're missing the bulk of our like ability to get ult charge. So watch our ult charge and watch FD God's ult charge. Like, we just wasted an entire amp, and because of it, FD God is now 25% more to beat when we started out being ahead. It's so unfortunate. But now they don't have beat. That's so early of an amp, and also barely gets you fucking beat. We wait so long to push our fucking... Especially because, like, at this point, I think you probably know that FD God has beat. But, like, look how early this is. So, amp starts here. Like, you can't... this is rough. Because the distance just doesn't get closed in time. And it makes it fucking really awkward. And then what was assumedly supposed to be an aggressive beat just gets, like, really bad played. Or worsely played. I don't know why you'd go into fucking melee range of a Rhine. Especially when if you just play slow, you then get your ult and start pounding FD God's ult charge down, as well as you don't die. Please just stay on heals, holy fuck. Man, this is like, I would assume that fucking London's backline speak a different fucking language by how many times they have to ask for heals. It's crazy. That's a fine amp out. But go on heal. What? As soon as you see that you and the people that you need to get out got out, fucking switch to heals. There's no reason. I never want to see Kellex emote again. But again, this could be worse. It could be Friday. It could be Dredro. Also, pardon my voice, it's probably a little bit shot because I've had to do a lot of talking today. I did like a VOD review, coached a team for their 8 to 10. So shit was rough. It's fine that we're staying on. Why? We were doing so good with that before, but like what are we amping speed on here? Ah, my dear Reinhardt, you have been walled. Oh, let me speed you through the wall. What are you doing? What is happening? Like, no, you go on top of the wall, amp heals as you're doing it, and then boop to peel him off. I mean, sure, it was a little bad on Ripa as well because the lamp was late, but like shit. That was just played bad. Well, that's a great window from Violet. And we still ego peak. Why? Again, another... Holy shit. I'm gonna kind of lose it, to be honest, man. So, we successfully... Let's fraction off the point a little bit. And then we'll like split it down the middle. We have successfully made it from here to here. We successfully closed this distance using a full amp. Why? Why? Like, I don't understand the need for a speed amp there. Like, if you're making a genuine rotation, sure. If you want to speed and close the distance fast and then immediately go on to heals, that's fine as well. But this is ridiculous. We still just stay on heals here. This is a fine kite. I mean, a lot of our boops aren't doing anything as well. Like, they're not even really peeling. They're just very weird. How the fuck do London win this? Then do they beat and pinch? Okay. Alright. So let's watch this back. So basically, we come, this beat is fine. I'm surprised that didn't get blocked, actually. I am also surprised that Lamp didn't help Violet. I mean, okay. That's not amazing from Kellex 100%. That was more Shock's bad because they literally went from pushing up and pounding Ripa to trying to push up and pound Hottie with the exact same force. But they just didn't have the same force. This is fine staying on speed because this is for a reason. Just stay on heals. We keep crossfading. Ugh. Like we're crossfading to like keep up with the Ryan or some shit. The Ryan that's like pinning our Ryan, and it's like, let them settle their business, bro. Like you can go and like give him a fucking heal amp, but don't just like constantly crossfade the entire way. It's like he's playing fucking shuffleboard or whatever the fuck. Where like the thing where you get a fucking broom and like sweep the whole way that the little fucking shit's going. It was in the fucking Mario Sonic Winter Games or whatever the fuck. I remember that shit. Push through it. What? That's some pussy shit. Oh god. You hate to see remix. I mean, outside of that, I don't think there's... I mean, this is a fine mark to stop the touch, even though it doesn't. Speed him. Almost just gave Super the shatter that would have probably or possibly won them the game. That's crazy. I mean, sure he would have had beat for it, but also just gave Super a fucking really good setup. Okay. I'll watch Eichenwald and maybe like a brig map. Because I really want to watch Kellex brig now that I actually know how to judge a decent brig. But like ultimately, like it seems like he knows what to be on win, but he gets sloppy, and it's like, fucking why? Okay, now that we know that we're the only healer, we're ego peeking the rest of their team. Sick. I would have much rather preferred Kellex to play a lot more passively even after getting antied. Like, you can turn and then bully the fuck out of the Ana. Especially because he saw the Ana after she hit the anti. Speeding. I feel like we're speeding a lot, and I feel like this is also where I see that Violet is currently out farming Kellex, and I'm like, really? Like, really? Even with that boop kill, because that's like, I believe 10 ult charge at the minimum, 10% off that boop alone. Like, holy. We're throwing fucking amps out like it's nothing. That was a horrible amp. Because all this happens and then we just amp and don't know where to go. Like, I guess it was to amp people out of Dragon, but it's like, man, come on. And then, okay. Yeah, yeah. Sick. I remember this boop from Kellex, and I really like that boop on the Smurf. But you know, we'll call it even because you've now wasted so many amps, including this one, that your couple of boop kills we'll call it even. I don't like that. Like, when I'm thinking of Peel for my team, I am thinking somewhere along the lines of this monkey is now trying to obviously walk up, make him work for it. And what I mean by that is right now we're playing really far back, especially like if we're looking at, again, Lucio is more likely like a middleman. We've made a triangle more than like having Kellex be like in the middle of everyone. Because if Kellex was in the middle, then we could just, excuse me, boop this nano monkey back and make him commit jump to then get onto Sparker, which we can then beat for, instead of it just being a, well, they use nano, so I now am under legal obligation supposed to beat this, which still doesn't save him. Which admittedly, Glister was the one that killed, but it's still like not good, especially because then that beat doesn't get much. Because like you can't go in aggressive with it, because the other team still has all their cooldowns and resources. We look really lost as well. Like we're looking back at Glister and Smurf. We're looking back at main. We're looking back and forth and just not knowing like where to commit to. Okay. Oh, we speed him. This is so weird. This is just inconsistent. No! What is your issue? Cause like this is like the ultimate fight or flight thing. And currently we just saw Choi that was one shot, and we had the decision between leaving our team for a second to kill someone who's gonna do more overall and is close to Grav, mind you, or do absolutely nothing, get booped off the map after getting slept because for some reason Twilight's in our fucking backline, and he went with option B. And Choi stays alive. And it's like, even if you don't end up killing the Zarya, you can at least threaten her enough, because she was fucking 1.5 bars. The attempt was made. We're also not looking to contest the Ana at all, which I think is interesting. Especially because you could really effectively just like get in and out from harassing the Ana. This is... I mean, this is interesting. Because this is what, an aggressive beat. An aggressive beat while the other team only has nano. What the fuck? I'm losing some frames. Like on my end. What the fuck? But like, Shatter comes out and doesn't have anything, which is, I mean, out of our control, but I don't like the aggressive beat. It feels really unnecessary and like weird. Because we're now forcing a really aggressive fight with, and like forcing all of our like resources out really early. It's like if you were to take a fight and then maybe Violet beats first, then that's one thing. But instead, if we're forcing the fight and we're swinging first, you can only swing first so early before it starts being punishable. And that's what we saw. Alright, I'm gonna figure out why I'm actually losing frames. Hold on. Alright, I think I got it fixed, so let's continue. Alright, so we already, holy fuck, this is already a fucking drought of Inspire. Still in a drought. Okay, we finally bitch slapped someone, and we're back to the drought. God damn. This is incredibly stupid. So basically, looking at this, originally we're trailing, which ends up getting us full stuck. Like, again, like, Brig wants to be in the middle, doesn't want to be on the tail end. And I think that's ultimately what gets Kellex fucked there. As well as you can just bash in rotation. Which I think we invested bash to get Smurf once, but like, I don't know, I don't think it was needed. Alright, we're out of the famine. What the fuck are we doing? Holy shit, this guy does not know how to proc Inspire. That's incredible. Like we knew where Choi was and shit. Didn't even want to punish the fucking Mercy Res. Barely procs Inspire from the fucking copied Orisa 1v6. Holy shit. So this is looking horrendous, pretty much. But ultimately, now Shock being on double bubble, have to play more for Kellex, kind of. Because Smurf is going to be trying to cleave a lot, so hopefully while Smurf is cleaving, hopefully we can see Kellex cleave a bit. Or just boop him. Like, so I see the idea, because you see Smurf trying to jump and engage, and we're like, okay, let's deny this. I mean, the timing was a little off, personally. But also we're not doing like any scouting for the Tracer to see if the Tracer is going on any off angles or anything. Personally, since I know from playing against Glister the little bit that I have, Glister is someone who's very easy to like not to be scared of getting full comboed by a Brig, even though that's not a thing. Basically, if you stun Glister, you're almost 100% of the time forcing recall, And if you're not abusing that, that is a tragic loss for your team. So, like, this is just so weird. Like, this is also very greedy, from seeing how many procs you got on Smurf and not wanting to turn for the Tracer. That's just greed. Because after the bomb blows up, like, why are we still shielding a monkey? I'm intrigued, as opposed to either like trying to whip the monkey away a little bit, or even just shield dancing the Tracer in general, or bashing towards the Tracer, because we still had bash that entire time. I don't like that at all. Again, this is another thing where if you're playing defensively because of or if you make a defensive move like this because of their tanks, like, obviously the anti sucks, and the burst onto Sparker, that sucks. But us, if I mean, it's kind of the same thing as like how I said with the beat, where it's like you want to make them work for it more instead of it just being a like, oh, you jumped us, okay, we're rallying. I do remember watching Twilight Hiding for this, and I thought it was very funny. And we're going back to being lost in the sauce. We're back in a famine. And we're fucking dead. Like, I don't even know where to like begin with if I was to try and dissect all of this. Because like the positioning has always been awful. The spy checking, or not the spy checking, but rather the scouting has been god awful. Just a lot of things that are going suboptimally for Kellex's Brigida here. And we're frontlining and force our own bash for some reason, then also force our lamp, and still die, even with our lamp, because we're shit at proccing Inspire. That's crazy. That was a long contemplation of swapping to Mercy, I'm assuming. Because realistically, I wouldn't hate a swap to Mercy here, simply because, like, obviously, first off, this is obviously way too hard for Kellex. Obviously. We finally procced an early Inspire. Let's go. We got another proc. That's good. Now, dude, what is the problem with Kellex and like bashing people? Because he just doesn't. Like, this Tracer does not get fully marked, which marked is, of course, just like bashed and pretty much set straight. Okay. Like, I don't know. This is just rough. Like, honestly, if you have a brig that's this bad on attack, just play fucking Mercy, to be honest. What the fuck are you doing? Holy shit. I mean, Glister also plays this fight like shit, but that is neither here nor there. What are you doing? Are you going to mark them? Why? You just let Sparker die, and you're letting Rippa die currently. This is so weird and so strange to me. That's wild. Anyways, okay, well, I don't want to put myself through the pain of watching this guy's brig gameplay, so what would Route 66 be? Is this a possible Mercy Eyes? Like, I barely ever ask for Mercy gameplay, but this is a exception. Okay, hold on. I was just wanting to a text. I mean, ultimately, this is fine for LOSing. This is less fine. We're dragging a lot behind Shax, which could be a comms issue from Shax, or it could be an awareness from Kellex. Like, we're not taking the chances to get elevation when we have them, which really suck. Damn. God, Morph would annoy me. I mean, this is fine, knowing that since Shax is gone, that Sparker's the one to pocket. Because I think we saw with Toby that it was like after the Echo duped, it was like really fucking hard to get oh god, is Molf going for like a remake? What the fuck? God, that's so fucking cringe. Anyways. I mean, hanging a little bit too far in the open and, like, to my liking, personally, in this fight, but also I'm not someone who's a super big fan of Glister, so I would probably be doing this this same shit if I was against them, because like if I'm against people that I don't think are going to punish as hard, I play differently. That is a bit much. That was like a fully held fly for just a little, or not a little bit of poke from Nero, but like enough poke from Nero. Like, I don't know. I feel like we don't know where we're going, and doesn't really have a backup plan for anything. That sucks. It's okay. We have Valk. Hopefully we use it correctly. And now we're only pocketing Sparker pretty much. Which is fine. We don't have the Mole. God, that is a scary sight. A Hanzo being damage boosted through window. What the fuck is this? What prompted this? Like, besides Molf or making Molf turbo in. Man, like I was about to fall asleep over here, and then fucking we just kinda did the Valk thing. But I see pretty much no reason for this Valk, or at this time. Good peel on Ripa. I mean, being in elevation has been pretty good. This is just so... That is ballsy. And I'm glad you got punished for it, because that was really dumb. That tells me that, like, Kellex wants to go for, like, the big boy reses, and also, I guess, was swapping, but wants to go for, like, the big boy reses, but also doesn't keep track of, like, abilities as well, while looking for big boy reses. So... not the biggest fan of that flail. This should be rough. What the fuck was that flail? Why? That was the most, like, blind... Bro, they have a diva. Flail the diva. That's fine. We still have yet to flail the diva. There we go. Right before we fucking die. Yeah, the brig is most definitely not impressing me, to say the least. And if this is another brig round, I don't know if I can survive through it. Please, fingers crossed. Pain. Okay. Well, let's get it figured out. So, let's order it and everything. So, I would probably say Mercy was the best. I think Lucio is probably second, just due to inconsistency. The only big problem with the Mercy was the Valk usage, and I guess in turn, like, the tempo of it was really whack. And Lucio was just very inconsistent. Had, like, a couple really good moments and then a couple really bad ones, and there was no good things about the brig whatsoever. Holy shit. And I thought fucking Closer was inept at brig. Holy shit. Anyways, I'm glad that's over, and I still have I think I still have a couple more people to do that I know that I'm just not thinking of, but if you have anyone else that you want me to review, I also will probably start doing flex support reviews. But if there's anything that you want me to review in particular, please let me know in the comments or on Twitter. Speaking of Twitter, I always post there whenever I upload. So be able, or hopefully you follow me on there. I appreciate the fuck out of you for watching, and I will see you when I see you. Later.